Give God 5 minutes. Open your heart and watch your life changed before your eyes. This transformation is not an external one, not originally. It is an internal one. It is a spiritual one, a metaphysical one. It's the level of a soul transformation when you go from dead in your own ways to alive in the light of Christ. It can be very hard in this world to focus on what matters, to see yourself as you really are, especially when there's a million voices telling you who you should be. There's a million things you have to do. There's a million responsibilities you have to undertake. And you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do it today and it needed to get done yesterday and you have to do it tomorrow, etc., etc. And yet you will find when you just make a little amount of time for the Most High, for El Shaddai, you will find that all of those tasks, all of that noise from the external world of phenomena is utterly quieted in the presence of God, in the still small voice that the prophet Elijah heard. All is encompassed and nothing is left out. This, at first glance, seems foolish, even ignorant, to dismiss all of that. But it's important to remember that I'm not dismissing any of it. I understand the difficulty and the sheer amount of pain that one has to go through in order to really open up their heart to the Lord, especially if they haven't been exposed to that. And yet I also understand that the light the Most High gives to his children, all of his children, as we are all sons and daughters of the Most High. It is written, you are God's, sons of the Most High, and yet you will die like mere mortals. You'll fall like every other ruler. When we are grounded in God, when we keep our eyes fixed on Christ, and we really see who we are on a fundamental level, that is when we operate off of the rock of truth. And when we give God just a little bit, just 5 minutes of stillness, of quiet, of silence, really of surrender. And what are you surrendering? You're surrendering everything. Everything that you thought you were. Everything that everybody told you you were. Really, it comes down to a surrender of the ego. But it's the ego and everything that it accompanies it. That's why it's so hard to properly elucidate. I don't know if I'm doing it justice. But nonetheless, you are surrendering all that you ever were. All that you ever are. You go from leaning on your own understanding and barely being able to stand to taking up the mantle, to extending your arm and Christ grabbing you and walking with him confidently in power, true power, not external power, not power that needs validation, not power that requires anything external to prove and or justify its existence. The power of God just is. The power of God is ineffable. It is truth. It is a direct experience. It needs no external validation to exist. It is, with a capital I. And when you see that, and when you experience that, you are transformed. And you are essentially, for better or for worse, and it is very difficult at first, I'm not going to lie. For better or for worse, you have died. And now the process of your resurrection begins. And by giving God 5 minutes, just 5 minutes at first, you can begin to see that there was nothing ever really wrong with you. But you just didn't know who you were. And now that you know who you are in the presence of God, you can begin to really live and to really see